Despite being founded on the principle of limited and enumerated powers derived from the will of the people and subject to the transcendental will of the Creator God, the current government in Washington, D.C. is now a corrupt corporation acting as an organized criminal enterprise, departing from its roots wherein it acknowledged the God of the Bible as the Creator and lawgiver. It has become godless and grasping and has now its tentacles in virtually every aspect of our lives. This situation has been created by the calculated collaboration of both major political parties and will not be solved by any electoral victory by the Republicans. The GOP is not the American savior. Recently, I heard an impassioned speech from Texas Senator Ted Cruz stating there is a profound disappointment among the American people because we keep winning elections and then we keep getting leaders who don't do anything they promised. The senator from Texas went on to explain,
"We've had a Republican majority in both houses of Congress now for about 6 months. What has that majority done? First thing we did in December is we came back and passed a $1 trillion Cromnibus plan filled with pork and corporate welfare. That was the very first thing we did. Then this Republican majority voted to fund Obamacare, voted to fund President Obama's unconstitutional executive amnesty, and then leadership rammed through the confirmation of Loretta Lynch as Attorney General. Madam President, which of those decisions would be one iota different if Harry Reid were still majority leader? Not a one. Not a one. This Senate operates exactly the same. The same priorities.
This dilemma is nothing new. It is a byproduct of state worship, commonly known as statism. The Hebrew prophet Jeremiah warned, "Cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes man his strength, whose heart turns away from the Lord. He is like a shrub in the desert and shall not see any good come." Contrasting this is the promise, "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water and does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green, and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit." The urgent need now is to return to the fixed standard found in the law of nature and of nature's God. Unless this godly American agenda lives in the hearts of the people, we are at the mercy of evil and ruthless men. I love the Constitution, but my work is worthless unless our foundation is the God of the Bible. President John Adams insisted, "Statesmen, my dear sir, may plan and speculate for liberty, but it is religion and morality alone which can establish the principles upon which freedom can securely stand. The people may change their rulers and the forms of government, but they will not obtain a lasting liberty. They will only exchange tyrants and tyrannies." This is Jake McCauley with the Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the American View.